What's up, everybody? It's Roya. I am back for another video. As you guys can see by the title, today's video is going to be a very chill, very relaxed video, hence the attire. I'm just kicking back in some sweats, enjoying a glass of rosé, and I am going to be doing a Q&A. I don't have on no makeup. I'm not all dolled up, anything like that. I'm literally sitting in the house on a Wednesday night, a little bit after 7, enjoying some wine, just about to give my kids a bath, waiting on my man to come home, girl. That's it. That's all. I'm actually getting ready to watch Sisters. But I thought it would be fun to do a kind of like get to know me type thing. So I did ask you guys on Instagram, ask me any questions you'd like to ask me. And then I kind of get about 4 or 5 like frequently asked questions. So I thought I would kind of just go over those. Nothing major. There is no tea to be spread here, honey. Okay. Because I'm not that interesting. I'm really not. Like, I told Clarence, I was like, it's funny because I love having this little like community of people that I chit-chatted up with and talked to, because y'all are very similar to me. So the fact that I'm not overly dramatic, it was like great that none of the questions were like, you know, just these in-depth, I'm trying to get all in your business, because it's like, what you see is what you get with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm I'm just a girl from Atlanta. And I kicks it how I kicks it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a mom. There's a lot to me. If you are my friend, you know that. But just on a level that's not positive, that's not me. You know what I'm saying? And I deem like dramatic things like just too much. So I was really like, I'm not gonna say shocked, but I was like, it's so funny that they didn't ask me anything like overly personal or anything, because I feel like I'm kind of an open book. And if you watch my vlogs, I live my life just very regular schmegular, you know? But anyways, so the questions, I'm going to actually read them off of my tablet because I record on my phone. So let me put my Instagram up. If you hear kids, that is Kim. They're running around. They just finished eating dinner, getting ready to have baths. And so they're just running amok. I am enjoying some Chandon Brut Rosé. I got it for my birthday last week. It's hitting. So let me, hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. So I have the questions up. The first question, I'm going to go through like the frequently asked ones first. But the first question is, how old are you? I just turned 35, y'all. Last week, I posted my birthday vlog. I turned 35. I love it here. Just FYI. I've had a lot of people ask me, like, do I feel any differently? And I will say this is the first birthday that I feel a little bit different. Like, I just feel a little more mature, a little older, a little, as Beyonce would say, cozy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like 10 toes down in who I am. You cannot, like, convince me of anything else. Like, I definitely for sure know who I am. And that's, like, a great feeling for me. So I feel like it's opened a whole nother, like, door for me when it comes to life. And I think that's just trial and error. I've lived enough life to now be able to look back over it and reflect and be molded by the things that have happened in my life. So yes, I am 35. I enjoy it. For those people who have asked me that, because I got asked that, like I said, so much on my birthday, and I was just like, I mean, I feel different, but not that different, y'all. Another question that I get a lot is, are you relaxed or natural? I am natural. I've been natural now since 2018. That's when I big chopped, and then I started transitioning the end of 2016 and all of 2017. And basically I did it because Clarence and I decided that we wanted to have another child. And in my mind, if we had a daughter, I felt like I know I'm not going to put a perm in her hair. So how am I going to care for her hair? And the only way to do that or know how to do that is to experiment on my own and have that experience for myself. And because I've always been a person to do my own hair, as you guys see, I wash and deep condition and all of that myself. My stylist literally just styles it. I learned, and there was a lot of trial and error, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love that my hair has a lot more fullness than it did when I was relaxed. So love it. But yes, I am natural. I also get asked what products do I use in my hair very, very often, from DMs to Instagram, YouTube. A lot of y'all ask me what I use in my hair, specifically product wise. When I was more of a curly natural, I used Shea Moisture. That was just my thing. I love them. You guys know I was a brand ambassador for them for a year. Love the brand if you are rocking like your curls. For me now, because I am definitely a straight natural, you guys know I get my hair done every 2 weeks. Because of that, I use Design Essentials. I use the Agave and Lavender line, and it just has worked immensely for my hair. Every now and then, I will use a different like deep conditioner. Outside of Design Essentials, I will use the ORS hair mayonnaise or the Queen Helene cholesterol. Just depends on like what my hair needs. But that's another reason why I do my own hair, like, you know, wash it and condition it before I actually go to the stylist, because I just like to keep my hand in my head. I like to know, you know, I know my hair, and I know a stylist can know it too. But even like now, I'm having, you know, a breakage issue in the crown of my head because of like sweating. And, you know, she pointed it out. I was like, girl, I know, like, what you think I should do? You know what I'm saying? And we were able to come together and like work on that from my home. I just like doing my own hair. So I've always been that type of person. But yes, I am natural, and I use Design Essentials on my straight natural hair and Shea Moisture when I wear it curly, because I do use Shea Moisture to clarify, shampoo my hair as well when necessary. Okay, next question I get asked a lot is, what do I do for a living? I do a multitude of things, girl. As I've mentioned here before, I do have 2 jobs. I don't have any, you know, issues stating that. But so my first job, I work in like the telecommunications wireless world. Okay, think like your cell phone company, but on a different level. Yeah. And then secondary, I do like government event marketing and planning. So basically, I look for contracts for government officials and employees who are trying to get clearance into the airport and things of that nature, and also events that are taking place government wise, and making sure all of the contracts look the way that they need to look. And then I do this too. But that's what I do, like, just as my living, as my career. Let's see. The next question I get a lot is, do we want more kids? Are we having more kids? More kids, more kids, more kids. The door is not closed, as Miss Nene Lease would say. It's not closed, but it's not even cracked right now. Like, I'll be honest, I'm 35. I don't feel like I'm too old to have another one. But Clarence feels like he's getting older. And he's just like, girl, I'm really not. Like, they wear me out. Y'all hear they're screaming at this present point. I have 2 boys. I always knew I would have boys in my heart of hearts. I do want a daughter, but at the same time, I wouldn't die if I just didn't have any more children. Kids are a lot. To know that, you know, if you know, you know, kids are a lot. So the door isn't closed, but if it doesn't happen in the next 2 to 3 years, then I'm not losing any sleep and I'm not having any more. See what I'm talking about? Okay, now here are just like the random, like, random Instagram questions. So, what's my favorite color? Purple. Royalty. Okay, I love purple as like my favorite color. Always has been, always will be. I mean, it never gets old. I've never been a crazy like pink girl. There are shades of pink that I see them like, oh, I like that. But for the most part, I'm like a purple girl. If you've got purple, I gravitate to it first. So, purple. Favorite food? Ooh, That's hard because it's a toss-up between sushi and a good steak. Seafood. I like food in general, y'all. I can't say. I'm a foodie. As y'all can see, Clarence and I are always going on dates and eating here and eating there and trying this, trying that. We're both really big foodies. He's a pickier foodie than I am, but we love food. So I really can't say I have like a favorite food, but favorites, I can give you a couple. I love sushi. I love Mexican food, whether it's Tex-Mex, authentic Mexican, you name it. I love it. I love margaritas. Cam is so funny. Anyways, and what else? And seafood. I'm a seafood. Oh my God. Lobster, shrimp, oysters, calamari, you name it. I love it. Mussels, the whole nine. Clarence looks at me like, okay, girl, you going too far. He's like a basic seafood person. He's like, oh, girl, you be going too far for me. Okay. I love seafood. How do you balance everything? Girl, I don't. Okay. I don't. I don't. I am a very type A personality. So I will say that for me, I'm a planner. And so like I said, in my household, you know, Clarence is the head, but I'm definitely the neck. Like I am the organized, the structure. The kids have appointments this day. We have to do this on this day. This is due on that day. Like that's just my mind. That's how it works. And so I'm very, very structured. And at this adult point in my life, all of my friends are adults. I deal with adults and little ones all day. So we just plan. Like we plan to do things. I plan to have time with my friends, as you guys can see in my vlogs. I plan to go out with my man. Like that's gonna happen, okay? I plan to spend time with my mama. I plan to spend personal time with the kids, because you guys don't always see it because I don't showcase the kids, like just blast them, you know, here. That's not what this is for. But you know, I have one-on-ones with Caden. I have one-on-ones with Cam. You know, I just schedule it in between, like, you know, my regular 9 to 5 and then my part-time job and making videos. I just make time for the things that I love. And then I also have been learning that I just have to also make time for me. I have now incorporated personal time. So once a week, like for sure. Because at the end of the day, like, I hate seeing sometimes this self-care, this soft life shit where it's like, oh, I'm going to get my hair done and my nails done and this and this. And in my mind, I be thinking, bitch, I always been doing that. That ain't nothing. Like, if that's soft life for y'all, I'm like, I'm not here to judge, but I always do that, you know? Soft life to me is like things like Clarence told me. He was like, I'm going to give you an additional Mother's Day. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, you know, like I'm going to give you a second Mother's Day. Like, pick a day when it's just you do what you want to do. We don't bother you. We don't fuck with you. Like, you do what you want to do. And we celebrate you. Like, I have been learning that I have to just take time. That's a soft life for me. Like, being thought of in that way. You know what I'm saying? Being able to just kind of tempo through life. I don't have to do too much. So as far as balance and all that, girl, I don't even know where I was going. It's the rosé. But I say that to say, like, I just plan. I plan accordingly, and I don't overextend or overstretch myself. I have boundaries with everybody in my life. They know how I am, and I just never overcommit. Luxury trends that I do not like. Y'all gonna hate me. Them little Bottega Jody bags, I don't like them. And everybody carrying them around, and I'm just like, it's ugly. It's little, and it looked like it's hard to carry. It ain't got no strap. Where I look like walking around, I just don't like it. I know a lot of people that like it and love it, and they're just like, oh, it's everything. And I'm just like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So not my thing. That honestly, Bottega in general, I'm just not a fan. What are some other luxury? Like, just for me, honestly, y'all, I can't really say there are like trends that I don't like, because I'm not a trends person. That's the thing about me. Like, I am not a trends person. Y'all, I come from an era, like when I started loving luxury, it was like the Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie, like reality TV is first coming out, because I was like in high school. But I like classic stuff. Everything that I liked was like the Alma. I love the little Vernis version of that back in the day. The first like little like luxury handbag that I got was the Louis Vuitton pochette accessories. I like classic stuff, so I really cannot say that there are trends that I don't like, because I don't get into trends. Everything that comes out, I kind of choose from it what is, you know, my style, what feels the most classic, and I just stick with that. And I feel like I'm that way because that's how my aunt was. Very luxurious woman, but classic with her style. My grandmother, oh my God, classic with her style. You know what I'm saying? Like, just was not overly so, but, you know, would be sitting there in a whole fucking fur and just as elegant as she wants to be, but not flashy. So I think I'm just not into trends, so I can't really say there are trends that I don't like. I'm not into trends in general. Are you an only child? You give only child vibes. Yes and no. So I'm my mom's only child, and I was raised in a single parent household with just my mom. And so I was raised as an only child, but I do have 3 other sisters, no brothers. 2 older sisters, 1 younger sister. I'm like right smack dab in the middle. But I was raised as an only child, and I'm a Leo. So you'll put it together, sis. Have you always been into looks? Yes. Since I can remember, like I just think it's because the women in my life were always like super luxurious. Like my grandmother on my mom's side, y'all, literally she would just get up, get fully dressed for the day, all to sit around and do nothing. Like just super luxurious, very into makeup, very into smelling good, looking good, you know, just diamonds and rings and jewelry and gold. And like, so for me, yeah, I've always been into luxury. Now I will say it's funny because I feel like for me, I have a different appreciation for luxury because of how my mom was about it. It was like, yeah, I could afford to give that to you, but you're going to learn how to earn it on your own. And so that's something that I've just always like kept in the forefront of my mind, is that you have to be mindful with luxury. And that's something that I really try to exude to you all. So have I always been into luxury? Yes. And have I always been into like not just blowing a coin on luxury? Yes. Because although I was always around very luxurious women, they were savers too. There was a reason that them bank accounts looked the way they did. You know what I mean? Not a question, but I love how personable you are. Thank you. I try to be as personable. I mean, anybody who knows me knows I'm like sometimes my mouth gets me in trouble. And I'm not saying like in order to be real, you just have to be blunt. But like anybody who knows me knows I'm going to say it how it is. Even with this YouTube platform, I've noticed that a lot of us are like changing up our style and this and this and that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even finna do none of that. I'm finna continue to be as organic and just stick to like what is me, because I don't need 20,000 people to be obsessed with an aesthetic. I like 1,600 people rocking with me on some real shit. And that's just me. So yes, I feel like a lot of people have always told me that I'm personable. And this is the final question, y'all. So anything you don't like about YouTube or social media? Not really. I'm like so checked out with I mean, to be honest, like very checked out with that kind of stuff. So like for me, social media and stuff like that is what it is. Like, it's a platform. I use it for what it's used for, what it's intended. I'm a millennial. So like it's work for me. Like, that's how I look at social media. It's not real in the slightest. So there's not much that I dislike about. What I will say I dislike, because I have younger nieces and nephews, and when I say younger, you know, my niece is 19, my nephew is like 26. I don't like the way it messes with the youth mind. I sound real all right, the youth. I don't like about social media. There's nothing that I don't like about YouTube. YouTube is what it is. It's very personal. So you make it what you want, in my opinion. Something you don't like, don't watch it, girl. Like, but with social media, that's the only thing I would say that I don't like. Is just how it affects their mind. I feel like because I'm a millennial, like, we have a way of shaking things off, and we know what's real from fake, right? Because we lived in a world where there was no reality this and reality that. So we can tell the difference. Sometimes I think they can't, and their self-esteem takes a hit for that. So that's the only thing I don't like about social media. But when it comes to YouTube, I mean, I watch what I watch, and the things, you know, that I don't even pull them up, look them up, you know what I'm saying? So that's that. But thank you guys for the questions. I hope that you guys kind of got to know a little bit about me. I'm sorry, I felt like it was all over the place, y'all. The kids are screaming. As always, at this point, we almost finished with the wine. I'm feeling like it's time for me to lay on down. But I still need to give them a bath and everything and get them ready for bed. But as always, if you're an oldie but goodie, thank you so much for coming back and joining me. And if you're new, don't forget to hit the subscription button on your way out. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.